Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Let's Finance Your Freedom, where we talk about finance and financial freedom, how you can reach it sooner. So today we're going to be talking about one of the authors that really inspired me on my financial freedom journey, the 5 journeys sooner. He wrote several books, and one of the books called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He probably heard about him before. His name is Robert Kiyosaki. He also wrote another book called Cash Flow Quadrant and a lot more books, but those 2 books are the one that really inspire me and really open my eyes to understand how to have a fat fire, meaning how to reach your financial freedom sooner than just working your 9 to 5. In his books, he really dived deep into the 4 quadrant, the cash flow, that I really want to share with you today about the 4 quadrant, because it's really opened my eyes to how we make money, and it's really important, information, important message that a lot of us are missing. The missing piece of the foundation, the financial foundation of the education that you're supposed to get in school. Most people growing up, they are taught to just get a good job, work your 9 to 5, or trade your time for money, the same amount of money. So basically, are trained by society and by the government and other people to basically to work for the corporation, to trade your time for money. And I understand when you first starting out, you're first not, stepping to the working force, you're not knowing what to do, how to manage a business, how to start a business, how to create a business, etc. It's fine to start out that way. I have nothing against that, but you can't just continue to keep, doing what society is telling you to do. That is to trade your time for money. And society want you to continue thinking that way, so that you know that people who are working for a corporation or your 9 to 5 are taxed the most and continue to be taxed the most throughout the years. Society is teaching you, buying this stuff, more stuff, and get a bigger car, bigger house. Nowadays are like 2 to 3 times bigger than the houses we used to live, 30 or 40 years ago. So it used to be that a lot of people living in smaller houses. Now the newer houses are getting bigger and bigger. And society is telling you, you need a bigger car, you need a bigger house, you need newer cars, you need, the newer iPhones every so often, etc. But today I want to talk to you about the 4 quadrants of how, we make money. Most of us make money. And it's by Robert Kiyosaki. So in his book, Cash Flow Quadrant. If you want to find out more about his book, definitely check out his book. But I'm just gonna go over the main things my main takeaway that I learned from this book. So the first quadrant is gonna be the employee quadrant. So the employee right here. And these are majority of us, about 90 to 90% of us are in this quadrant. We're trading our time for money. So let's just say you go to work your 9 to 5, you're trading your 1 hour of work for example, $30, $40, from 20, 30, 40, $100 per hour, etc. So you fill in the blank. So most people fall into this category. You work your 9 to 5, you trade your time, trading the same amount of time for money. The same amount of time for money. So this quadrant is called the employee, and this quadrant is the one quadrant that majority people are being taxed the most. So get the highest tax in this quadrant here. Okay, and then there's the business owner, the small business owner. Okay, so these are the people who open a shop, open a store, opened a restaurant, a pharmacy, or these are the people who own businesses. It could be like a lawn mowing business. It could be ice cream, selling ice cream on the street, or, it could be something, solo entrepreneurship. Okay. These people has more chances at tax breaks because they start a business, a small business. And their business, because they have a business, they have a chance to claim more tax deduction from maintaining that business. So business expenses, they can claim taxes on those and get more tax break from that. So these people get less tax than the employees. Then with these two quadrant here is actually the active way of making money. So you still have to trade your time for money. Some people here, they're trading a lot more time. You're thinking you work 8 hours, that's a lot, but these people here, the business owner, small business owner, some people can be trading 10-12 hours every single day or more. Could be 14 hours a day, and they can work 5 or 6 or 7 days a week. Okay, so just remember that even though they have more tax break, even though they have more leniency on certain things, but they make more money, and they trading, they have to work a lot more. Now the third quadrant, so these two quadrants going to be like more passive. So this quadrant here are the business owner, the big business owner who hire people, and these people have created a system. Big business owner, okay, have a system, hire people to work the business for them. Let's just say they open a restaurant. They're going to hire the cashier, the cook, the server, etc. to run that business for them. I use that to let you know that the business owner here, they can take time off any time of the day, and they can delegate their work to somebody else to work their daily tasks for them. And that's how they can free up more time instead of trading their time for money. So they have more time, and they're able to make more money, even though they're not working, physically or being there physically at the business every single day. Now the fourth quadrant is going to be what I think, to my opinion, is going to be the prefer. Some people prefer to be in this business in that you piggyback into other business. It's like a stock. You're putting money into the business, and you getting some dividends or some money out of it. You have to remember that you have to put a lot more money into this, and you might not get that much money. It depends on how successful you are in picking the stocks or index funds, or it could be a REIT, or it could be a peer-to-peer lending. Basically, you're not so much trading your time for money at this point. You basically putting in money and get an output of money as well. You're not trading time as much, very little amount of time, for money. Now this is more passive. Remember, this is more passive, and this is more passive. And as we get older and older, some people realize that it's important not to trade the time for money, and being so involved into the business, like owning a restaurant. You have so much you worry about, like hire somebody, maintain the relationship of the employees that you hire, and running the business successfully and profitably. So it's a lot more headache here, but here you have to put more money, and not as much time, but more money to get some money here, and it's running it passively. So this is what I'm talking about: stock, index funds, etc. This I'm talking more like, for example, like you running a laundromat where you bought the machine, and people using your machine, you put money in. You don't have to be there physically, but you can hire people to collect the coins for you, maintain the machines, or maintain the washer and dryer, etc. So in the end, these two quadrants right here is more passive, which is going to be better. And if you learn how to make money this way through piggyback into other businesses, I think it's going to be a lot better for you in the long runs. There's people out there, they're transitioning themselves from this quadrant here to this quadrant, or they figure a way how they can manage this successfully so that they can free up more time. Time is more valuable than money. So I hope this video helped you to understand that there's a lot of different ways you can make money, but it's involved risks. There's our risks involved, but it's worth it. You don't want to trade your time for money. You want to create a business that can do the work for you, or hire people to do the work for you, or create a system that works for you. So this quadrant it, might be something that you want to think about if you're still young, if you still have time to open a business. Let me know what you think about these 4 quadrants, and let me know. So the 4 quadrant here, this quadrant here, the 4 quadrant, you don't get taxed as much. And this quadrant here, I believe the highest right now, if you get taxed, let me know if I'm wrong, but it's about 15%. You can be taxed about 10 to 15% of this profit capital gain that you get. If you're able to buy stock and hold it long term, be maxed out 15% taxed. This one right here, you get to claim more deductions from business expenses, hiring people. You have a lot more tax breaks here. But this category here is, one of the better way, more passive way of earning money. Let me know what you think.